We North Americans love us some baggers. You can see herds of them passing by on roads like buffalo migrating across the plains. And a certain breed of riders, read old dudes with money, absolutely adore these bikes, especially the Harley Davidson Road Glide and Street Glide. So if you're going to redesign them, you'd better do it right, which is exactly what Harley Davidson just did. And now we know how future Harley baggers will look, and the first ones are coming out on June 7th. To learn more, stay tuned. And as always, if you find this content valuable, please support this small channel by subscribing and liking and sharing this video with friends. It helps. The American bagger is an institution harkening back to the good old days when American riders figured, why should I ride far on a motorcycle with limited gear when I can ride far on a motorcycle and bring the kitchen sink? And so Harley led the bagger craze with the glides as well as their fully dressed counterparts. And little by little, these became the most popular motorcycles in the Harley lineup, as well as the most profitable. And Indian, BMW, Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, and Moto Guzzi have all tried to muscle in on the action, with Honda getting a solid foothold with the Goldwing. The competition in this segment is as hot as the margins on these bikes are fat, so sitting on your hands ain't gonna cut it, and Harley knows this. That's why it's introducing the new generation of road and street glides this summer, June 7th to be exact, by rolling them out under the CVO banner, with a new engine no less. And while we'll find out the details of these new top-of-the-line Harley baggers in June, you can be sure that over the next couple of years the new look and tech will trickle down to the less expensive models as well. So what are these bikes going to look like? I have to say, not being a bagger bro myself, I actually really like them, especially the Street Glide. This bike gets a sleeker fairing than the current one, with integrated turn signals and pretty spiffy looking running lights. Based on the shots Harley has released, this is the best looking bagger, period. It has taken the classic Street Glide style and incorporated elements from Victory, Indian, and Moto Guzzi to modernize the look. The headlight is no longer round, the wheels are very cool with their crosswire spoke design, and the dual Brembos will do the stopping up front. I've never been as fond of the Road Glide as the Street Glide, but this new one is a definite improvement. The frame-mounted fairing looks more aggressive and also has integrated turn signals, and the biggest compliment I can give it is that it looks a little less like a Road King that got its headlights stuck in a garbage can. Well done, Harley! Both bikes will no doubt have larger upgraded displays and new stereo systems with speakers in the fairings and the top of the bags. The suspension also looks to be new, which is a good thing, as this is one of the areas where the Indian Challenger has a decisive advantage over current hogs. However, the most important change is the new engine, and yes, this powertrain appears to have significant differences from a standard Milwaukee 8. First is the displacement, which is clearly labeled at 121 cubic inches or about 1983 cc. Importantly, this is not just the Harley 122 big bore kit, which was what most expected on the new gen baggers. Why? Because this engine is labeled with a VVT badge for variable valve timing. This is a trick that allows motorcycles to vary valve lift at different RPM in order to maximize torque, power, and most importantly for the future, fuel efficiency and emissions. BMW introduced it on the latest R1250 GS and has garnered praise for the added performance and efficiency. And Harley has been working on VVT technology for a while, as schematics of this engine had surfaced as early as 2020. So how different is this engine from the run-of-the-mill Milwaukee 8? Well, for one, it has a sizable radiator. It's unclear whether this is an oil rad or more likely a twin liquid and air-cooled design. And two, the transmission cover is larger, hinting at internal changes. Reverse gear, anyone? So, unfortunately, we'll have to wait until the June 7th launch for the rest of the details. However, one thing is clear, these bikes will probably be very reasonably priced, if you're a Saudi prince. For the rest of us, if you have to ask, you can't afford it. Hopefully by 2024 or 2025, some of the upgrades will be making their way into the ST Special and even the base models. Though the way Harley has been killing off their less expensive bikes, the base model Street and Road Glide may be gone by then. I'm sure that Johann Zeist wouldn't want any Harleys in the showroom that we peasants can afford without selling our firstborn. Overall though, despite the fact that these bikes are likely to be significantly more expensive than the already ridiculous CVOs, I think that the design is going in the right direction. They look sleeker and more modern than the current models, the engine is likely to have serious power and torque, and at least now we see that Harley does not intend on the big announcement of 2023 to be that the Nightster got a passenger pad and passenger foot pegs. On a personal note, the winter is over here in Canada and I've got a great lineup of amazing motorcycles to test over the warm months, so stay tuned to the channel and subscribe if you haven't yet. So what do you think of the new Harley baggers? Better or worse than the current models? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below and cruise on.